Hello, I'm Pam,
I'm Jay.
and we're here today to talk about, we said we would come back, to talk about The Bee Keeper of Aleppo by Christy Lefteri. And again, Jay told me to read this book, and it is a really powerful book. It is set in Syria during the Civil War, and as we know, they've been victorious, or whatever
Right.
that might mean.
But I really think of this book as a quintessential book club book
It is. Yeah.
because they go on a quest, an immigration quest,
Yes. It's an immigration story.
and so as they make this journey, as you would any book, they go on a quest. There's heartache, there's love, there's determination. But we see a side of immigration, I think, that we normally don't see. So once they get to, I don't even want to call it safety,
Yeah.
because it didn't feel safe.
Well, and there's these stages in between.
Right.
Like, do you want to go to Greece? Do you want to go, we're trying to get to England. Well, everyone wants to go to England.
When do we go? When do we leave? When do we set out on this journey?
Yeah.
Because it's not.
And we saw that in the last book
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
of that, like, we don't want to abandon our homeland. We don't,
Right.
and where is this place?
Right.
And there has to be, like, a significant event.
Right.
And then, we won't give this away, but there is a significant event. And I also saw a through line between this and the other book we read about the Syrian war, of
Sure.
this idea of having, like, dreams or visions or
Yeah.
hallucinations where your mind changes reality, because reality is literally more than you can handle.
Survival. You are trying to survive and get yourself to safety. And so you do shut off things.
And
so you can.
he finds himself waking up in trees and waking
Right.
up in the ocean and waking up, and he's and his wife is blind by a bomb that we find out at the end, doesn't
Right.
actually
But it's
make her
also
blind.
a metaphor of just when you strike out on this journey, you are blind.
Yes.
Because you are going into the unknown. And I guess you definitely wanted to so it's about a couple.
Yes.
Let's go back. It's about a couple, and they have seen something
Horrible things.
They've seen war, and we've said it before. And when you see war in real life, it is not like we've watched The Hunger Games or Divergent, and they fall down and it looks like they're sleeping in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
This is war, and you get the ugly side of all of it.
Also, these books were written, unlike the books we've read about World War II that are real about war, but
Right.
we know how that ends. And these books were written before we know how it ends.
Yeah.
And we maybe kind of know now how it ends,
Yeah.
sort of.
But also the strength of love, that when you love someone, you want to protect them, create a safe environment for them. And so I think that this book really shares
It's also
that.
about finding your tribe of people and reconstructing your family. We saw this in both of these, where the refugees, where they're coming to find the people who survived.
Right.
We saw that in Salt
Right.
to the Sea, that idea of, like, he's going to go find this friend that he had this
And
bee honey company
and that
with.
leads me to the next thing, is that the hero is you.
Right? Gotta save your own
You
damn
gotta
self.
save
So, absolutely.
And so you're the hero in the face of all of this.
And
Yeah.
it is also,
Yeah.
I want to advocate when we talk about mirrors, windows, and
Yep.
sliding glass doors, the
Absolutely.
idea that this is a big window to understand when someone is coming here as a refugee, or to
Absolutely.
Canada, or to England, but when someone is coming to the place where you have always lived and always eaten the food and always
Yeah.
spoke the
Yeah.
language and know the
Yeah.
roads, and these people have a new language, a new climate, new food, new people, new maps, new.
And you understand why, because you say to yourself, well, gosh, why do people leave everything they know and love to come to a new country? So you understand the journey that it takes to become
Yeah.
to be an immigrant
And
today.
how much you give up
Right.
to save what little piece of yourself that you have remaining. So it's a very powerful book. It's about,
And it's not a long book at all.
No,
I mean,
no.
It's,
I read it.
You know, right. It's a quick read.
and it has a relatively satisfying ending.
Absolutely.
So, The Beekeeper of Aleppo by Christy Lefteri. Give it a read.